11th of July 2024, departure day, fully prepped and ready to make way. We had stored over 6 crates of supplies, lots of special goodies that we were told were hard to find in Indonesia. Keeping a close eye on the weather for the last few days leading up to the departure, we decided to set off at 1200 hours with 172.5 hours on our new Yamaha motor. We had thoroughly reviewed our passage plan for the next few days. This is a rough outline on where we were heading to. Our final destination was Batam. The winds were light at 7 knots, so we motor sailed with a favourable current pushing us along. That evening, several concentrated fleets kept us on edge. We adjusted our course slightly south of our intended run line, necessary for a better wind angle and to avoid the heaviest congestion. There were no surprises. We had been warned that the waters of Papua New Guinea and southern Indonesia were thick with fishing fleets. We kept a sharp lookout and later hand-steered through the maze of boats as best we could. Unfortunately, one of the rally yachts fouled a net and lost use of their engine 2 days into the passage, a sobering reminder of the challenges out here. It was early in the passage and we had a pod of dolphins off the bow. Dolphins are considered a symbol of good luck, a positive omen for sailors. The conditions were favourable, so we hoisted the sails. It was time to set up the wing-on-wing configuration, and we finally cut the engine. As darkness fell, the density of the fishing boats increased dramatically. The whisker pole decided it wanted to aboard NET and was dragging beside us in the dark, so we dropped the sails as this enabled quick course adjustments to avoid nets and unlit vessels. The fishing boats were few and far between during the day. Our second day out, and we caught a fish. It took quite a bit of energy to get this little guy on deck. A beautiful sunset always brings you back to reality. That night, the number of fishing vessels began to thin out a little. Sunday, 14th of July, day 3. The wind's around 17 knots. The sea state is 2 to 3 metres and it's like a washing machine. Wing on wing, NET was flying along. At 12 o'clock, we checked in with rally headquarters and announced we were 48 hours out from Dabu. Spirits were high despite being tossed around like a cork. Our newly installed Starlink system proved indispensable. At around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, our autopilot decided it was done with us. The Triton screen had frozen. It was time to get the manuals out and see if we could rectify the problem. En route. The manuals had nothing, so we started Googling with the help of our daughter-in-law, Janelle, in Australia, trying not to use or chew up all our data. We tried resets, sweet talked the electronics, epic fail. So it was back to good old hand steering, laughing at the time as Adam had indicated we should do more hand steering. Then, later that day, the chart plotter chimed in with a cheerful little message, no rudder response. Night watch began with 1 hour shifts, tag teaming through the chop. Around 5 o'clock in the morning, on my watch, I turned the wheel to starboard to dodge a floating city of fishing boats and the helm locked up. Solid. Steve woke up facing a rudderless boat doing 360s in 2 to 3 metres swell. In the dark. There was nothing we could do until daylight. So Monday the 15th of July, day 4, At first light, we tore into the lazarettes and cockpit seats looking for the issue. Steve checked all the steering cables, no joy. So naturally, the next step was to check the rudder. At this stage, we thought we had snagged a net, despite all our vigilance. He dove under the hull in strong currents and rolly seas. Absolutely frightening. The rudder was clear, so then he disconnected the autopilot ramp and hallelujah, the helm freed up instantly. We were back in control, albeit still hand steering, but it could have been worse. And home! A bit of a pinch me moment. Here we are, Indonesia. Yeehaw! Tuesday, 16th of July, day 5. We arrived at Cebu in the Kai Islands at approximately 1100 hours. 5 days since our departure. We'd long lost track of our exact nautical miles, somewhere between a lot and too many, thanks to our electronic reset. Approximately 720 nautical miles, we calculated. The hook went down, the bubbles came out, and we were pumping. We then had visits from rally control, immigration, customs and quarantine. Inspections of NET and all paperwork completed. It was time to celebrate with a few rums. The Kraken was a parting gift from Scotty at Early Beach. What a ride. The next video covers our wonderful experience in Cebu. See you soon.